committing fraud and misappropriating properties, sent shockwaves through the community, were lured into Vietnam to work for free. Too good to be true. One wrong move and you're out. Cause her eviction and homelessness until it's too late. Vietnam education hits a new record. Vietnam Shark Tank celebrity is arrested. So in today's video, we are going to talk about something that is important, but also disappointing. Yet it's repetitive and happening all the time. You think that fraud is only going to happen in the real estate or financial sectors, but it also hits in the education sector as well. Imagine that, fraud in education, an area that's supposed to be about growth and trust. It's happening, and it's happening again in Vietnam. So I guess pitching on Shark Tank is like stormy seas. One wrong move and you become shark bait. Stay tuned as we talk about the details of what went wrong, who's behind it, and how you can avoid the scams, and also aid in the helping of the education system in Vietnam. So let's get started. Yes, hello, my name is Ken Duong, international business immigration attorney with over 15 years of experience helping foreigners come, live, work, and invest into Vietnam. And the questions they always ask are about education. We've helped set up many clinics. We've also advised many students and also foreigners living here. So that is exactly the topic we're going to talk about today, about the education system in Vietnam. All right, so today we're going to give you a very special gift. I am here at Ken Coffee, and for every new subscriber, which is 80% of you not subscribed to our channel, you show us that you subscribe based on this video, and you can show the picture, and I will give you one free cup of coffee here at Ken Coffee whenever you come and redeem it. So make sure we can get up to 50,000 and then hopefully 100,000 in the future. Takes 1 second, click the subscribe button. Thank you very much. At the heart of this scandal is Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Thủy, who is the chairman of E Group, which is the corporation that owns the education chain called Apex Leaders. Mr. Thủy was arrested for committing fraud and misappropriating properties. The arrest did not come out of nowhere. It had been months and months of investigation into shady business dealings. The ministry's Department of Corruption, Smuggling, and Economic Crimes were inundated with many petitions from investors that had been defrauded by Mr. Thủy in dealing with the shares and sale of stock in E Group. Mr. Thủy was not alone. The head of the Shareholders Relations Department at E Game Investment and Distribution JSC, a subsidiary of E Group, was also arrested. So who is Mr. Thủy? To put into context and a little bit of background, he's currently a well-known figure in the business community, and he rose to fame because of his participation in a reality TV show called Shark Tank Vietnam. He's only 41 years old, but his arrest sent shockwaves through the community. For those who don't know Shark Tank Vietnam, it's from the US Shark Tank, whereby ambitious entrepreneurs are pitching their ideas, wanting investments, but they're under scrutiny by the sharks to invest or not invest into their companies. And sometimes it feels like a feeding frenzy, where one wrong move and you're out. So before the scandal broke out, Apex Leaders was quite a success story. Started in 2016 with 120 language centers, servicing over 120,000 students. It's part of the E Group, founded in 2008 by Mr. Thủy, had many educational successes, but its main flagship company is Apex Leaders. So how did Mr. Thủy and his accomplices pull this off? Starting in 2017, E Group and two of its main subsidiaries, E Games and E Capital, started raising funds through selling of E Group shares to different investors for a period of 1 year, whereby in that 1 year you were not permitted to sell your shares. E Group had initially pledged to find new investors to repurchase the shares, or E Group would buy the shares back at a higher price after the vesting period. Alternatively, E Group would offer more shares in order to extend the vesting period. In 2017 and 18, E Group had offered returns of 20 to 25%, and that sounds too good to be true. So in 2019 to 2020, the returns were only 17 to 18%, and in 2021, it was only offered at 14 to 15%. So as you can see, it kept on getting lower and lower. Until 2020, E Group finally managed to get profits from its business. However, due to the pandemic in 2020, with many of the unseen challenges and Vietnam closing its borders, caused the Apex Leader Centers to close down This caused the delay in the distribution of the profits. Thus, this also caused their delays in interest payment for many of the bonds that were due. In 2020 and 2021, E-Group centers closed but did not pay back or reimburse the tuition fees. And the Department of Education and Training in Ho Chi Minh City reported that the E-Group centers owed more than $3.8 million in unpaid tuition fees just in Ho Chi Minh City alone. Not only the parents and the students were victims of this scheme, the teachers were owed salaries of $460,000 and rent of $360,000. Moreover, the Vietnam Social Insurance and the Ho Chi Minh Tax Department reported that the Apex leaders owed $1.2 million of insurance premium and also $600,000 in taxes from the previous year. Expat teachers were lured into Vietnam to work for free for Apex leaders, and that shattered their trust in the language school business. One expat teacher shared in 2019 that he saw the turmoil begin, but the school has assured the teachers that the salaries will be continued to be paid despite the school's closing during the pandemic restrictions. Another teacher attributed the sales revenues decreasing to the financial troubles, but when the schools open, that should be able to rectify the issue. However, the problem still continued as the pandemic measures got stricter and schools were not able to open. This compounded the anxiety of the teachers that they will not be paid their salary. At that time, Shark Tui asserted in an email that he will pay all teachers 100% and in full during the lockdown period. Some of these emails were disclosed by some of the teachers that they were owed $4,800 each. However, other teachers did not receive this email, thus do not have binding effect or something in writing to show that Apex leaders still owes them money. So what led to the fallout? For some of the teachers who continued to work for Apex leaders until August of 2021, at which time 2 months delay in their salaries prompting their departures. And many of these teachers joined various Facebook groups in order to try to get their monies back through using the public means. One teacher was owed nearly $20,000, which caused her eviction and homelessness. Another teacher that was brought over in roughly 2022, and she was provided a loan in order to cover her flight and first month's rent. However, within the first 2 months of employment, she was not even paid her salary yet. Following Mr. Tui's arrest, the Apex leaders announced temporarily halting assessment of tuition and debts while the investigation was ongoing. Moreover, tuition fee reimbursements would be halted during this period. So what can be done to prevent this situation from occurring in the future? The schools can take practical steps to mitigate the risk and to protect the different stakeholders involved by taking some of these measures. First, the schools can have strict compliance to the local labor laws and regulations. This can be done through proper documentation, full tax payments, and adherence to the local labor laws. Next, to maintain transparency in financial dealings, to have clear communications about the investments, the risks, and the returns. Moreover, having regular audits will help identify and rectify issues early on. Third, to implement a strict code of conduct for management and staff. This ensures that everyone is clear about their responsibilities and their ethical standards. Fourth, establish support systems for teachers and staff, including clear channels for reporting issues and grievances, also providing them counseling and access to legal advice when needed. Having said that, it's imperative if the teacher is having trouble and really needs help that they don't wait until it's too late. Consulting with a lawyer or law firm that specializes in labor laws and that can assist these teachers before it's too late. This is definitely a calling for education investors abroad that want to bring ethical language centers to Vietnam because there's a huge emphasis on education. But now with this shakeup, there's an opportunity for you to bring your higher level standards, transparency, and communication to build a good, ethical language center in Vietnam. But you have to make sure that in your marketing materials that you are highlighting the values of high quality, integrity, and the emphasis on the students is at the core of your education center. So here are some of the benefits for short and long term of opening up a language center in Vietnam. You can obtain an investor visa for a long-term stay in Vietnam based on your budget and your investment type, and it's renewable. Instead of embarking on new training initiatives, you can hire local Vietnamese teachers and many of the centers are using this approach. Local Vietnamese teachers are at a lower salary range, but extremely high quality as well. And their training requirements are only a teacher's bachelor's degree. If you need to improve your local teacher skills, especially in speaking, you can do internal training, or you can actually send them to the Philippines. It's much closer, and these are all much more cost effective. So with our extensive experience in helping language centers and different education institutions open in Vietnam, contacting us will help you get a tailored plan for your either after-school program, a school, or different educational centers in Vietnam. And our team of experts will be happy to discuss a detailed plan for you. But we've also made many videos about the requirements of being an English teacher or opening an English center in Vietnam, so you can click on that video to watch that as well. So with that said, thank you for watching this video. But what do you think about the arrest? What do you think about the future of the education centers in Vietnam? We would love to hear it in the comments. But as always, my name is Ken Duong. On behalf of Duong Global, I want to say thank you for watching this video, but make sure you like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment below about the education system and your experience, and of course, click on the bell for notifications. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.